Hello, my name is Courtney Lewis, and I am the founder of Small Steps International. We are a nonprofit in New Mexico that has been created to meet the needs of families and small children in rural New Mexico areas and in poverty-stricken international areas. I received all of my training in postgraduate work regarding children, specializing with trauma and attachment. After 8 years of training, I decided that I knew I wanted to take this information to people that don't have access to it easily. I knew that poverty-stricken countries would have higher levels of trauma and more difficulty with abandonment, neglect, and attachment issues. I also knew that rural New Mexico is highly impoverished in many areas, and they too struggle with trauma and abandonment and attachment issues. Therefore, I began Small Steps International to try to create a way to fund the work that needs to be done in rural areas such as the Jemez Valley in New Mexico and in the international city of Port-au-Prince, Haiti. So far, our work has been pretty successful. We've been in Jemez Valley for 2 years, and we have a total of 12 clients that we see on a regular basis. We've been able to bring in one more therapist who has been able to work with adults, or specifically around trauma, and I do home visits in the Jemez Pueblo as well as see children on a regular basis at the Jemez Springs Presbyterian Church. Also, we go to Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and work with two specific orphanages, Maranatha Ministries and Three Angels Orphanage. We've been training the primary caregivers, the nannies, who take care of the babies on an everyday in and out basis, how to help these little babies with attaching to them and helping them to recover from traumatic difficulties that they have had through caring for these babies in very nurturing and structured ways. So the orphanage providers have commented that this has been a successful and exciting arrangement that we have worked on together, and they continue to carry out the tasks throughout the year when Small Steps is not there to help them. In the Jemez Valley, we've received lots of feedback that our services are so welcomed, and they're so grateful for them because it is so hard to get them into town on a weekly or bi-weekly basis just due to scheduling and lots of other transportation difficulties. Our hope is that Small Steps International will become a resource to people who don't have very many resources. We hope that funding through grants, through other possible agencies, also through individual donors, will allow Small Steps International to reach these people who can't afford it and have no access to these services with really effective and amazing ways to help the child's brain develop from 0 to 3, as well as to help families heal from trauma that they've experienced. The brain grows the most between 0 and 3. There are more neural pathways formed in a brain during that time, so that anything that goes on between 0 and 3, such as abandonment, neglect, trauma, or anything else such as difficulty with parenting or a difficult time emotionally caregiving for your child, affects that baby's brain and future emotional and mental health more than any other time of its life. We have a counseling agency in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in which 13 therapists have all been hired to work with families and children through attachment techniques, also through trauma therapy and relationship-centered family therapies. So Small Steps Child Counseling has become a large provider of healthy treatment for children and their families, and we're hoping that we can take that through Small Steps International to places that don't have it. Finally, I just want to thank everyone for all of your time and all of the money that you have already donated to this cause. Thank you for being on this journey with us and being a part of what is going on. We want to remind you all that you are a part of Small Steps International, and due to your efforts, your donations, your participation, we wouldn't be where we were today if we hadn't had them. So thank you so much.